fastest and most prolific traders on the planet is Remco Lenterman. Trading at the speed of light, his company, based in Amsterdam, does more than $100 billion worth of business every day.
Maybe 5 years ago, our markets were measured in the milliseconds, that's a thousandth of a second. Today, most of the large exchanges in the world are transacting in matters of microseconds, and microseconds is 1/1,000,000th of a second.
He's part of a controversial and highly secretive industry, usually closed to the outside world. But convinced of the value he brings to markets, Remco's prepared to open his doors. IMC Financial Markets trades on more than 100 exchanges around the world. But it's not the humans doing the trading here, it's the machines.
1 to 2 billion. That's aggressive.
High-frequency trading uses sophisticated algorithms and ultra-high-speed networks to buy and sell millions of times a day.
Bouts bids that result in smaller than any stake in new company.
Remco's traders are a new breed, more likely to be science, engineering, or maths graduates.
Just like a pilot will do in a plane, our traders manage the autopilot. So they manage the algorithms, they tweak the settings continuously, they'll check if there is something happening that the algorithm may not be able to deal with in a correct manner, but they manage the process.
Bouts to boost SFR bid by EU1 BEU2
IMC uses these algorithms to make markets, offering a buy or sell price on millions of trades, from each of which it takes a tiny sliver of profit. This ensures liquidity, so that buyers and sellers can get in or out of the market at any time, because there's always someone to complete the other side of a trade.
If I'm making a market on 10 different exchanges, I'm sending out 40,000 prices. And each time there is a change in the market, all these prices need to change. And they need to change very quickly. There's no way that a human being can do that. The Dutch are always very early adopters of technologies, and they also have a healthy appreciation that when there is a paradigm shift in a market, you need to adapt yourself to it.
After more than 35 years of trading futures in the pit, Bob's considering his own future. 95% of all trade coming through Chicago is now done electronically, which has drastically reduced business on the floor.
I trade today on a busy day, maybe 400 or 500 contracts a day. When I was busy during the old days, I would trade 5,000 contracts a day. So now I make 10% of what I made 5 years ago or whatever.
Bob now spends most of his time in front of the computer.
Even when the market moves a lot, it's just pretty friggin' boring. I'm just not that interested. It doesn't play well into what my strengths are as a trader. And that's kind of reading people, I guess, fundamentally what it comes down to it. Did you know that there's a high correlation between the consumption of cheese with the number of people who die after getting tangled in bed sheets? For us old pit guys, this is kind of funny. In the pit, it is like a giant poker game. You can see the fear in that guy's eyes, or you can hear the change in that guy's voice. Hang on, I'll be right there. You sort of knew which brokers or traders were representing themselves, which ones were representing speculators or funds. So as a result, you kind of knew what they might be doing.
Traders now need very different skills. Electronic markets are bigger and faster, and the ever-accelerating speed of transactions has attracted the attention of regulators, concerned about transparency and instability in financial markets.
In this facility, we'll have about 200 or so servers, and you'll see that they all have names, just like a farmer will give their cow names so that we know that when Smaak fails, we know that's the one we need to replace.
I think that there is an industry of critics that want to believe that there's a whole bunch of people in the financial industry that are providing zero value. We do millions of transactions every day. If I switch my machines off tomorrow, then everybody that did business with me today will get potentially a worse price than they would have otherwise gotten.